Hi, my name is Evan Archella, and I'd like to walk you through some tips and tricks for Microsoft Live at EDU. Let's take a look at some user interface basics for Outlook Live. Outlook Live is accessed through Outlook.com in your browser. You'll simply enter the Windows Live ID that was given to you by your IT administrator and your password. Once you've signed in to Outlook Live, you'll see an interface that's very familiar to the Microsoft Office Outlook interface. It's essentially a three-pane view. On the left-hand side, you have what we call our navigation pane, and from here you can access your different mail folders. You can access the other areas of Outlook, so your calendar, for example, your contacts, your tasks, all of those four major areas of the Outlook Live application, you can access from here in the navigation pane. You'll also notice your message pane in the middle, and then a reading pane over here on the right-hand side. Now, Outlook Live in the browser is designed to function as much like a desktop application as possible. So things like right-clicks, for example, if you were to right-click on an email message, you would see a right-click menu with a number of different commands that are relevant to that particular item. You'll also find that things like drag and drop are very easy to do within the browser, so I could take this message, simply drag it over into a folder that I've created underneath my inbox or underneath my mailbox. So I can have folders to organize information, drag and drop as necessary. You'll also notice that many of your keyboard shortcuts still work within Outlook Live even though you're in the browser. If you'll click the help icon, it's at the top right. It's a blue circle with a white question mark in it. That will take you to help.outlook.com, and from here you can do a search for keyboard shortcuts. Keyboard shortcuts will likely be the first article that you see come up in the search results. And if you go here, you'll get a very detailed list of all of the different keyboard shortcuts that work within the browser view of Outlook Live. And if I just scroll down here a little bit, you'll see a sense of what some of those shortcuts are. Let's close out of the help window, come back over to our inbox. I'd also like to show you this message string right here. We call this a conversation, and we now organize messages by default by their conversation, or their thread, or email string is another term you may have used applied to this type of a structure here. As messages come in and out, whether we send them or delete them or store some of them in different folders, this view is basically going to aggregate those messages and allow you to see a conversation as it took place. So you get a sense of the history of that particular message thread. You can collapse and expand these as necessary. And if you click Arrange By at the top here, you'll actually see a checkbox for conversation. It's on by default. If you clear this checkbox, it will take you back to the more traditional way of organizing those messages. So it's a personal preference as to how you'd like to actually view and structure that mailbox. Let me give you a few resources for Live at EDU. Microsoft.com/live at edu is the main Live at EDU website. You can learn more about the program there. You'll also find the Live at EDU blog to be a useful place for learning about what's new with these tools, things that may be coming along, different changes that we're making. You'll also find help.outlook.com to be a helpful place for the Outlook Live application itself. This is the same place you can get to if you go to the little blue circle with the white question mark in it within the Outlook Live application itself. Both ways will take you to help.outlook.com. Also, if you go to Bing, do a search for Office Web Apps Product Guide, you'll get a detailed PDF on all the features that are included in our Office Web Apps applications, which are now integrated into SkyDrive, which is another Live at EDU technology. Thanks again for your time today. I look forward to having you on another screencast.